Anyway, it's time to see what is trending today.
Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig a zig.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
All right, and here are the things you need to know for this third day of September 2013. First of all, here's what's for lunch today. Today is National Grilled Cheese Day. That sounds good right now. I'm not the biggest fan of grilled cheese either. It's also National Skyscraper Day, and today is U.S. Bowling League Day. So go grab some cheese sandwiches, get your bowling gear together, and we're going to go up a skyscraper, okay? I don't know what that means either. New on DVD this week, Now You See Me, The Iceman, The Lords of Salem, Empire State, Arthur Newman, Scandal, the complete second season, The Vampire Diaries, the complete fourth season, Person of Interest, season 2, Criminal Minds, the 8th season, and The Shield, the complete series. In news attacks this morning, 64-year-old champion swimmer Diana Nyad finally accomplished her long-held dream of becoming the first person to swim from Cuba to Florida without a shark cage. Let's hope her success will be an inspiration to school-age kids to one day be able to find Cuba and Florida on a map. And happy birthday to the lava lamp. This is one of my mom's favorite things. The lava lamp turns the big 5-0 today. The design was created by British inventor Edward Craven Walker. And pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. I'm going to go try one later this week. I ought to do it on this program, but do you think I'm going to remember to have a coffee taste test on my own show? No. Well, today Starbucks' famous pumpkin spice latte officially goes on sale. And why should PSL fans be worried? Find out when you upgrade to Interprep Pro. And I wasn't supposed to read that part. But anyway, the code is PSL10 if I'm not mistaken. And they'll give you a pumpkin spice latte. After I had that pumpkin shake, that McDonald's sells. I don't know if they still do it. They do it every fall. I'm not too fond of hot pumpkin drinks. I don't know. I used to be even crazy about pumpkin pie, and I'm not all that wild about it. For a few years, I didn't care for them, but now I kind of like them again. Man held hostage by what? It's the craziest hostage story this year. A man was held hostage for more than a dozen days by what he claims was... Boy, there's another teaser. And I really should have read these before I went on. I just kind of put this stuff together. This is what happens when I stay up all night working and then try to do a show. Let's try this one on. This one looks safe. Wacky but true. Mom has daughter punch other driver. A Florida woman fed up with a fellow driver at a Fort Lauderdale gas station allegedly ordered her 12-year-old to punch the other driver in the face. The classy mom then allegedly grabbed the woman's iPhone and took off in the victim's car. I think Mom wanted an iPhone and a new car. Okay, Dad, what's going on here? Something's not right about this. And The Butler wins again. The Butler was the Labor Day weekend box office champ. It's the third week The Butler has been number one. One Direction's 3D documentary opened in second place. I still want to go see The Butler, but I have a feeling I'm probably going to wait too long, and I'll have to wait till it comes out on video or streaming. But nevertheless, I do plan to see that movie because that looks like a great movie, and I love history. I love watching history unfold before my eyes and watching movies about history. And finally, 50 Shades of Grey cast Charlie Hunnam and Dakota Johnson. 50 Shades of Grey has finally picked its Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele, the duo Hunnam and Johnson will be steaming up the screen in August 2014. By which time we'll be like, really, 50 Shades of Grey? Pass the beer nuts, please. It's time for news headlines on this Tuesday morning as we get started for yet another workday. And there's the news intro that I'm looking for. Take it away, Paul.
Hello, Americans. This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for news.
And as I said just moments ago, endurance swimmer Diana Nyad, at the age of 64, became the first person to swim from Cuba to Florida without a cage. The historic swim took her 53 hours to complete as she came into a Key West beach on Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This was her fifth attempt at the swim in 35 years. Now, that's a woman with determination. 35 years. She said her mantra for the challenge was, quote, find a way, unquote. The Obama administration spent Labor Day working to gain lawmakers' support for their plan to deal with serious use of chemical weapons on its own people. Many lawmakers are against the idea of military action against Syria, but the president did win over two key backers of the plan. Republican Senators Lindsey Graham and John McCain now backed the president, saying they were reassured that the president has a solid plan to strengthen the rebels while weakening Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's regime. You know, with Graham and McCain backing you, I'm expecting them at any moment to go bazinga. But, if you have such a concrete plan, Mr. President, tell us what it is. Because until I hear otherwise, with all due respects, I'm not going to support it. We don't need to go to war in Syria. Well, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad told a French newspaper that a U.S. military strike against his government would trigger a regional war. He said the Middle East is a powder keg, and today the flame is coming very near. Assad also rejected the notion that he used chemical weapons on his people. The U.S. government, however, says it has proof that such an attack happened last month. And I have seen some of that footage, and I tell you, it is some very horrific and graphic stuff. I mean, I have probably not seen anything like that on that level, probably since watching footage of some of the gassings that took place on Jews and enemies of the Nazi Empire in Germany in the 1930s and 40s. Well, let's see. What do you say we take care of the weather forecast for today? A little bit lighthearted note. Shall we?
Winter weather warning right now. Here's a live look at the Fox 6 snow stick. This is out on the weather dick.
And today's weather forecast is brought to you by the Weather Channel at weather.com. We're going to start off in the Northeast today. A fairly quiet late start to the work week. Cold front and any lingering showers and thunderstorms will slowly shift offshore today. Temperatures will be below average from western New York to West Virginia, but slightly above average from Maine to Virginia. Highs will range from the upper 60s in far western New York to the 80s from Boston to Norfolk. Tomorrow will be dry region-wide except for one or two showers near the Canadian border. Highs will range from the 70s to mid-80s. A second cold front will move through tomorrow night and early Thursday, with any showers confined to northern New England, and highs Thursday will range from near 60 degrees in northern Maine to the 70s and 80s in the mid-Atlantic. After a dry Friday, yet another cold front may pop a few showers and thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday across New York, northern Pennsylvania, North Jersey, and New England. In the south, cold front continues to dip southward into the region today, popping more showers and thunderstorms across parts of southern and eastern Texas to the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida. Temperatures will vary from near average to 7 degrees above average. Highs will be the 80s and 90s, with a few spots in interior southern Texas could still approach the century mark. Tomorrow into the weekend, any thunderstorms will be mainly confined to the Gulf Coast, southern Georgia, Florida, and occasionally the coastal Carolinas. Temperatures will be above average, especially across the lower Mississippi Valley and southern plains. Here in the Midwest, today and tomorrow will be mainly dry across the region, although a few thunderstorms may drift from the Dakotas into southwest Minnesota, northwest Iowa, and northern Nebraska. Temperatures will mainly vary from near average to 12 degrees above average. Highs will range in the 70s and low 80s in the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley, to the mid-80s and low 90s in the plains. A cold front will eclipse the warmth into the upper Midwest by midweek, and with some middle to upper 60s. Thursday and Friday looks dry as well, but thunderstorms could develop from the Dakotas eastward through Michigan from the weekend into Monday. Temperatures will be above average, mainly 80s and 90s, although lowering Sunday and next Monday across the northern tier. And finally, out west, more music, please. We need some more music here. So we'll put that back down here, and away we go. And out west, with an upper level system along the northwest coast early to midweek, and then coming inland by the weekend, thunderstorms will be drawn northward into parts of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming for the rest of the upcoming work week. And continuing out west, a few of the interior northwest storms could turn severe each day. Meanwhile, thunderstorms, though fewer, will continue to develop across the deserts, the Nevada Great Basin, and the central and southern Rockies right through late week. Through Thursday, highs will be in the 80s and 90s, except over 100 degrees in the deserts, and cooler across the coastal regions of California, west of the Cascades, and into the higher elevations of the Rockies. Finally, the northwest will gradually cool off Friday through Sunday. And that, my friends, is a quick look at the nationwide weather forecast. Again, courtesy of the Weather Channel and weather.com. I wonder if Al Roker's overslept anymore. Remember a few weeks ago he overslept for work for the first time in, like 40 years? Still pretty admirable. Well, it's time for celebrity birthdays.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you? Other people have birthdays. Why are we treating yours like a funeral?
Bones, I don't want to be lectured.
Very, very many happy reasons.
And before I run down today's brief list of celebrity birthdays, if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. And you share birthdays with these people. Beetle Bailey creator Mort Walker is 90 today. Trouble Band and actor Charlie Sheen, he is 48 today. Of course, was instrumental on Wall Street, Platoon, and most famously recently on 2.5 Men. Ashley Jones of True Blood is 37, and Olympic snowboarder Shaun White is 27. And those are the celebrity birthdays for this Tuesday. It's time now to go back in time for a little segment we like to call Today in History. And we'll switch things over to the Associated Press in just a moment. On this date in 1813, the term Uncle Sam was used for the first time in the Troy Post in Troy, New York. It was used by Sam's nephew, Bob. Yeah, there you go. So a guy named Bob started the phrase Uncle Sam. Well, it's time to go back in time. And here it is, Today in History, my friends.
September 3rd, 1939. 2 days after Adolf Hitler's forces invade Poland, Britain and France declare war on Nazi Germany. British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, whose policy of appeasing Hitler was meant to prevent what becomes World War II.
Yet I cannot believe that there is anything more
or anything different that I could have done and that would have been more successful.